Hey everybody, this is John from the Pickslide. I got Holden, got Lennon. We're going to talk about 3 albums today. Okay, next up, A Moon-Shaped Pool by Radiohead. Let's see, this came out in 2016, also in May. Looks like they haven't put out an album since 2011.
That was King of Limbs. Yeah.
Let's see. Album opens up with Burn the Witch, and that one's definitely a standout track for me.
Yeah, me too.
It's maybe the most energetic song on the album.
Yeah, it's very mellow mostly. Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of the album is definitely pretty melancholy.
Yeah. Yep. The first time that I heard it, Holden brought it on a car ride, and I was driving, and it was a 3-hour car ride, and I almost fell asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good album. I mean, if I'm gonna just put on any old Radiohead album, I'm probably not gonna pick that one very often.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a certain like chill sort of thing. I mean, yeah, you have to be like in the right sort of mindset, I guess, for this kind of album. I guess.
I'd say it's good homework music, for sure.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna have something on quiet in the background, bust out some homework.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that there is some... I mean, if I had this on while I was doing homework, I might be a little distracted by it, just because I find a lot of the things about the arrangement pretty interesting, like the string or orchestral parts and stuff like that. Yeah. And the orchestral parts, by the way, is definitely like what makes this stand out to me from other albums that Radiohead released. That was Johnny Greenwood, I believe, was mostly responsible for that, and he did the scores for a lot of films recently, those that are directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. And I could definitely see how that influence went into Radiohead's music with this.
I was kind of surprised by the production of it. I thought the production was pretty subtle, but I thought that if you really kind of listen to what's going on and kind of dissect the layers of music, there's actually kind of a lot going on.
Yeah.
Just with processing, like guitar processing, like the effects, and even like synth work and things. You don't always notice it at first, but I thought there was actually a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty much what you would expect from Radiohead at this point.
You don't really notice that until you listen to it the second time through. And another thing I noticed about it is that the arrangement is not necessarily different than what Radiohead usually does. Because I didn't think it was a lot different. I just thought that they kind of knocked it back and made it, I don't know, that's where it gets its uniqueness, is that they took what they usually do and knocked it back and added different instruments and stuff.
Yeah. If I were, I guess if I would be a little critical of it, I would say that it could be a little better if it was just more variety sort of song. I mean, they definitely have variety in terms of like the sounds that they use, but in terms of emotion, I thought a lot of the songs were kind of similar, I guess.
Yeah, it was pretty dreary most of the time.
I would say Radiohead as a band hasn't ever returned to an idea. Every album that they've ever done has been moving forward for the band, and they've never really went back. They've always just kept going.
Yeah, absolutely. I admire that about Radiohead. Yeah, I think they've proven to be one of the greatest bands of all time by now, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Where would you rank this among all of Radiohead's collection? Where would you rank this on the list, generally?
Maybe for overall concept or like development, it's probably pretty high. But as far as like favorite to listen to, not so high. I thought it was like I could appreciate it, listening to it, and I would probably listen to it again, but it would have to be when I was like really in the mood to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not a go-to album for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Same here. Not a go-to album. I would put it probably at the bottom for my favorite albums, just because it's not necessarily a bad album,
Mm-hmm.
but all of their other albums are just so good that it has to go to the bottom, I would say.
And you're talking about just Radiohead collection, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I'd say it's near the bottom. I don't know if it's like the very worst of Radiohead collection, but I would say it's probably the second or third from the bottom for me. What is your favorite Radiohead album, just out of curiosity?
In Rainbows.
Yeah.
Both of you?
No, no, I was asking. I guess I could go first. I could go first. I guess, I'd say OK Computer, probably. I like that's probably like just in between of like their hard rock guitars and like they're starting to form into like the electronic. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
It's hard for me to pick between OK Computer and the Bends.
Oh yeah, that's a great one too.
But since you said OK Computer, to be different, I'll say the Bends.
Cool. There's a long history to the song "True Love Waits" on this album, the very last one.
Mm-hmm.
That has been they performed it live ever since '95, I believe, and yeah, that's a song that could have potentially been on the Bends or any of the albums between, but yeah, they finally found an arrangement they like and they put it on this one. And it's kind of like diehard Radiohead fans really know that song well, and yeah, it's just cool that they finally found something they liked for it. And
Yeah. I think it's worth pointing out the song "Daydreaming"
Oh yeah.
is also really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Yep.
it's got a cool synth part in it too.
Yeah. Built on like
Yep.
3 notes at a time, triads kind of thing, and definitely a very interesting one to have when you have speakers. You're surrounded by speakers in your car and stuff like that.
When you're recording your vocals in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was Will Toledo, I would say that.
Is it moving or is that me?
Okay,
It
that's good.
smells really good.
Doesn't it?